Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to show you guys. Something from Ketuo. It's actually been a bit since I've had something from Ketuo. This is apparently a Braden Sweeten design. I hope that I have pronounced your, I'm sorry, yeah, I almost said Bracken. I'm trying to make sure that I get your name correct. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so this will be interesting. I'm not sure what this is. Blind unboxing, so nothing prepared here. We're just going to go in and do first impressions like normal. And also like normal, I'm going to link these down in the description so that you guys can check them out if you want to. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Thanks to Ketuo for sending this in, and make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and open these up. Just make a little cut right here. So this is called, make sure that trash doesn't end up on the floor, the KT Venttor V4 BK/SW. So titanium and M390. Let's see what we have here. Oh, now this kind of does seem familiar. Maybe it's just a familiar shape. Oh, wait a second. Do we have a we have a button operated liner lock? I think so. Hold on. Let's open this up here. Okay. Very nice. This really is familiar. It's very familiar. I wonder if I have experienced his design work from another brand. So this has a huge backspacer slash like a lanyard hole, right? Look at the little texturing in there. That's kind of neat. Okay, little pocket clip, a little bit stiff, not terrible. So this is a button-operated, not top liner, but button-operated liner, and you can also see that it is accessible in the front. I'm kind of remembering this, I believe that there is a less expensive, like a budget version of this knife that is very, very similar. So I like these systems because you can operate them like a traditional, liner lock. You can disengage here and ignore the button, but you can also use the button if you want to. And this is both to deploy it and retract the blade. So that's cool. Furthermore, something that I always say about button locks or button operated locks of any kind is that because they are on either the show side or the non-show side, you can potentially disengage them. Now, truthfully, because of the way he's designed this is actually really smart designing. There's no natural hand position that's going to put your finger in a place where you might accidentally disengage it. I actually really like this. It's well thought out. However, if you're like, I don't want to worry about it, just engage the safety, right? Then it's not coming undone. Actually, super cool. And the safety has a nice positive, like you can tell, on and off. It's not a floppy switch, right? So that's cool. This is not baton mode engaged. It just means you're not going to accidentally disengage it, right? So that's cool. I like that a lot. And the switch there, I wouldn't call that an ergonomic. I don't even really notice it. So that is pretty cool. Maybe he just really likes lanyards, or maybe he, wants people to be able to attach their knives to something. I'm not really sure what the idea is behind this big ring back here, but this is pretty nice. I like that. And now I want to see the other one. I'm just going to use this to open it. I know you're like, that's against the law. Complex, you have to use the obsidian toenail. No, I don't. Only for the first box. Only for the first box. Now you know what the rules are. So the next one here, I think this was going to be more for me. This is going to be gold and stonewashed. Yeah. Real nice looking. Really cool. Personally, I could go without the big ring on the back, but it doesn't really bother me all that much, right? I'm just a big fan of how this is thought out here. So I think Ketuo's M390 is 5961. I could be wrong, though. They may have updated that and are now doing 60 to 62, which would be preferable. Look how tiny the pivot screw head is. Like, it's still a T8, but it almost looks like the pivot screw looks like a like a body screw. And probably the reason that he did that is to get the pivot the pivot's where it needs to be, but he's also got these chamfering lines, these edges here that are like the machining, you know, that he wanted to do there. He had to keep it small, and also to fit it in there, and still allow the button to be placed where it is. This the button here is at the. It looks like he's made this liner lock as tall as possible in an area back here, and it's actually taller than where it engages. Like it engages here, but this is touching a part of the liner that's really, really tall, and that's obviously on purpose so that he can mount this button as high up in the frame as possible. You don't want the button here, you don't want the button here, because that's where your index fingers, that's where your index finger is going to fall. So I have to imagine that that's exactly why he did that. That's pretty cool. This is nice, and this is kind of all flooding back to me. I can't remember the name. Maybe it is the Ventr, but there's another less expensive. It's like G10 and 14 T28N, and maybe the links that are down in the description will go to it, right? But this is well thought out. It's really cool. Let me go ahead here and measure it. There it is right there. Overall length of this guy coming in, we're going to go to the handle and then to the lanyard hole there. So to the back of the handle, essentially where the ergonomic space ends. About 6.35 with a blade length of 2.8. I'm going to say 2.8. And your cutting edge is coming in at about 2.75. Little sharpening choil right there. It's nice. Where's your stop pin? Behind it. Not in the sharpening choil. That's nice. Actually, a lot of little tiny things here that are well thought out. I think aesthetically, some people are going to like this and some people won't. And that's fine, right? That's just, aesthetic preference. Yeah. No, I thought there would be double clutch there, but there's not. Move that out of the way and let it drop. It's wanting to get hung up on essentially the detent ball, even though you're pushing it out of the way. That detent ball is so prominent that you have to really push that liner lock over in order to get it to drop. But it will. It will. It's close, but no double clutch. Weight. Let's do that here real quick. Okay. Is this one, are they both like that? Let's try. No, that one drops a little easier. It's just that one. 3.7. I don't know why this one would be any different. We're going to weigh it anyway. 3.7. So 3.7 ounces. Okay. I like this. I think this is a cool knife. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one in the pocket at least for the rest of today, and you guys will get a full comprehensive review a couple of weeks down the road from now. But this was a fun one. I think that this is a really cool knife. That's going to be it from me today, guys. Please make sure. Where's the card? Right there it is. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on the Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.